If you've pressed play, you're watching Globalize TV. I'm sitting here with Sam and Jen from Ballpark Music. How you going, guys?
Pretty good.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, excellent. Well, it's actually the 10th anniversary of Falls Marion Bait and the 20th of Falls Lawn. Have you found the crowds have been a bit more crazy because of that, or?
Yeah, yesterday especially in Lawn. I had difficulty on stage remembering where I was as well. Yeah, yesterday they were really into it. I think today was a tiny bit more subdued. I just spoke to some friends who have been camping here and they said that people were up really late last night to catch all the bands and they're a bit exhausted this morning. So, but the crowd was still awesome.
So you guys have been busy this year. You've had a lot going on. You released Museum, which was a feature album on Triple J. What's it like having your music showcased by the #1 alternative music station? Is there a bit of pressure? Are you a bit nervous when they talk to you on the radio, or are you just used to it?
I think we're fairly used to going on the radio now, and we've built a good relationship with Triple J, which is really great. Especially in our country, everyone knows how important it is. We didn't get feature album on our first record, and we really hoped to get it then, but they still nurtured us through that whole first record, and then it was a real treat to get it on the second record. It's good. It's very valuable to get feature record. Yeah.
I think the only thing that was like a little bit worrying about it was how many songs will they play, and are people going to like all of those songs that they play? But it had a really good reception, so I'm really happy that it happened.
And do you find Brisbane really supports your music, like the music scene there? Like, is that where most of your following comes from, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, we have a strong following in Brisbane, but I think, as with a lot of Australian bands, the majority of followers have no idea where you're from and just know you're an Australian band. And once you start touring nationally all the time,
people assume that you're from not where they are from.
Yeah, and
so if we're in Brisbane, they're like, "Come back to Brisbane sometime soon." And we're like, "We're here all the time."
And no, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
You start to feel like a national band as opposed to a Brisbane band, which is kind of fun.
So, do you have a favourite city to play in around Australia, or?
I think I'd probably have to say Melbourne. We have a good following in Melbourne, and it's a beautiful city to travel to. The climate's nice. The city is cool. We like going there.
So your song from the previous album, Literally Baby, it's a little bit cheeky, and you guys are renowned for being a bit cheeky. Can you elaborate on that song and tell us a bit more about maybe if it's about a person or a situation?
It's just science, really.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about how babies are made, and then I just wrote a song about Literally Baby, yeah.
Fantastic, because I will tell you, my housemate Zoe, that's her swooning song, the bedroom song. Do you have anyone telling you that they use your songs in certain particular rude ways, or?
No, and don't. Please don't.
Yeah. That's fine if they want to do that, but it's slightly disturbing for me.
She's going to kill me for saying that. Oh God. But you guys also replaced Chitty Bang, Griffin Manu, sorry. And was that added pressure, or was it just you guys, when you get a gig, you just go with it?
Well, we were so excited because we hadn't got on that lineup first. So when Chitty Bang pulled out and they went on, well, do you want to play? We're like, yes! And it turned out to just be the best experience ever. We're at a wonderful time slot, and the crowds at Groovin' the Moo is so amazing. So it was like the best opportunity of the year, pretty much. So I think we just stepped up to the plate and gave it our best. You can't really go into it with any sort of worries. You just have to go like, I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, I remember when it was announced, us all being nervous, thinking that some people would be like, what the hell, we want Chitty Bang, not this crappy Australian band. But the response was overwhelmingly positive. Everyone was like really stoked. And
like, okay,
yeah, we were gobsmacked. Yeah, that was a great tour.
Well, I just saw you play on stage just before, and the crowds do go crazy. Like, the energy that you guys give off resonates in the crowd. Have you ever had a bad crowd?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Just today when I was playing, I could see one guy up on someone's shoulders just screaming at me, just saying he was using more elaborate language, but basically telling me he didn't approve of what I was doing.
Really?
Yeah, and he was telling me to get off, and he was throwing stuff, and it was really off-putting because everyone else is like, and I was getting really mixed emotions.
Wow.
It's hard to concentrate when there's someone like that.
Yeah, I always, if there's something weird going on in the crowd, like sometimes, like today, there was a bit of a circle pit going on in front of me, and I'm like, why is it always in front of me? Because then I get really worried, and my motherly instincts kick in, and I'm like, stop it, you'll hurt each other. Yeah. But so I always have to look over there or over there and find like the one girl who's like, I'm having a great time. I'm like, I'm singing you now because I don't want people to die. I get very worried.
That's the second time this year we've been playing It's Nice to Be Alive, and I can see guys punching each other.
Yeah. We're like, why this song? It's like a positive song, and then just like, wow. It's scary.
Brisbane's been renowned for producing some really good music. Even older bands like Scream Feeder. Did you ever follow any bands like that? Like any favourite Brizzy bands from back in the day?
I think we've all sort of been a bit interested in Custard.
Yeah.
But I'm not very cool, so I didn't really follow much music. But Boat People, we've always...
Yeah. Well, I can't say we ever specifically followed any of the older kind of Brisbane bands, but yeah, Boat People was a band that Jen and I at least both really loved before I moved to Brisbane anyway, so I thought it was pretty cool when I finally got to meet and play with them. But yeah, all the obvious ones like Powderfinger and Regurgitator and Custard, they're all favourites of the band, but not specifically because they were from Brisbane. They were just, you know, like I said before, just big national success stories. So.
And so as young Australian artists, what would you recommend for someone who's trying to get their foot on the ladder? Like, have you got any advice or experiences you've been through that you could recommend or tell?
It's really simple things, but they are all so important. And one is just to keep playing, because the more you play, even if there's 5 people in the room each time, like one of them might be someone really important who sees potential in you. And I think that's what you have to remember. If you're playing crappy gigs to 5 people, you just got to concentrate on the one person who might be really important there. And you got to stay positive, because there's always going to be downfalls the whole way. So you just have to just look towards the next awesome thing, and just to be nice to people as well. Because the more people that you're nice to as well, then they're more likely to give you opportunities.
Yeah, I think the live show is really important these days, because, you know, artists don't move as many records. It ends up being the way that you can make money is through the live music. So yeah, I think the challenge has always been the same: just write good songs and perform them really well. Is it in a nutshell? You'll live and learn and figure out the rest. So.
Yeah. Now go.
Well, Happy New Year, and thank you very much for talking to Globalize TV. I'm Jonathon Hyde.